Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to ATM Spellbound. So since the last episode, all I've really done is just kind of go through this floor that we've cleared already, and just grabbed the loot that I actually wanted out of here, or most everything that I want. I actually want these too. But one thing I do want to quickly mention is, last episode whenever I was talking about Corporea, I did have a few comments about occultism. And I just want to kind of clarify, Corporea and occultism are two totally different things. Occultism is going to be item storage, whereas Corporea is item logistics. So they're not exactly the same. They do have some very minor overlap, but we will be using both of them. But I don't mean taking Corporea in place of occultism, because they're not really the same thing. So I just want to quickly make a mention of that. I do think... Let me try this sword out. Boom! I was doing some thinking last night, and basically right after the last recording, I was doing some brainstorming and thinking as to what we are going to build in terms of our... our base, because naturally we're going to have to build a base, right? Especially in a all magic pack with some pretty good dimension mods available to us. But I was doing some thinking about it, and I had a couple different ideas. Hey, we got a chest piece. I had a couple different ideas and debated back and forth with myself for a bit last night, but then I decided, you know what? Oh, that's a normal spawner. Okay. But I came to the conclusion that after a couple different ideas for a build, something that I would really like to do, that we would have a lot of really good access to, I think the only way we would have a better situation for it than within this pack, is if we had Midnight, which it's not in 1.16, so from what I understand, Midnight is actually going through a complete rewrite at the moment. Oh! Oh, God. That hurts. That hurt extremely bad. There we go. Just get wrecked. Okay, I need to quit messing with this because I'm going to end up getting myself killed. I'm going to go. I'm going to go now because that's massive damage. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, but I was doing some thinking, and something that I would really like to build that I think would fit the theme of this pack, since we do have access to some mods that would make it a lot of fun to build, I think, and it would involve us having to go out and leave this dimension, or this biome, and this dimension for that matter. But I think what I would like to do is set up some kind of a hub in the overworld, because we do have a lot of dimensions that we'll be teleporting between. But I think I would like to set up in one of the blue skies dimensions. Ideally, the what is it, the Ever Bright, or I can never remember the name of them because they always feel, or I wanna mix them up in my head. But the dimension where the dimension that has like the poison swamp. Oh, we got a creeper over there. The dimension that has the poison swamp, though. You're dead. I do like seeing champions, though. Champions mod. Oh, this place is a lot bigger than the ones that I remember encountering, though. But trying to find one of the blue skies, the little trader guys. I think I'll have to get maybe some emeralds, though. That's my only concern. But if we could get one of the flint and steels, the what is it, the zeal lighter, right? I think that's the name of it. If we could get one of those and kind of set up in a blue skies dimension and do some kind of a take, like some kind of a mix of stuff from like the Abyss mod and what else do we got? Abyss mod. We also have Do we have the flow plates from Psi? Yeah, we do. The dark Psi metal flow plates. We have those and the bright Psi metal. And kind of doing like some kind of a magic themed kind of blending of almost something like if you ever played Undergarden or Ori and the Blind Forest, something to that effect. Oh, that looks like an Evilcraft environmental acclimator. We're going to head forward. I'm going to skip all these books, but I am going to need to probably get additional emeralds, I think, if we're going to go that route. But I do think maybe going with something to that effect would be a lot of fun. Because that way we can do a build, and I'm thinking maybe underground and above ground segments there. Ooh, Unbreaking 4 and Turtles Aqua Affinity. Huh, okay. Ironclad Diamond Helmet. Wow. Reinforced Iron Helmet. We have some Affix Tomes. We're going to take those also. Bah! Lots of things. But I don't know. I was doing some thinking. I really think I have a fun idea for that. And I think that might be what we go with. I'm going to wait to equip these like really nice pieces for now. And that way we can kind of have our... maybe a lot of our natural magic. Because bear in mind, we're going to have a lot of natural magic. We're going to have dark magic. We're going to have kind of what I think of as like studious magic. So like mana and artifice and stuff. We're going to have a big blend of different styles of magic, and I really think we can implement all those very, very well into something like that while using a lot of neon colors for our build. So it might take a little bit more setup and a little bit more travel to get it up and going, but I do think it would be a bit of fun to do something like that, I think. Because like I said, I had a few other a few other ideas, but that was the one that I was really like, oh, that would be something that I think would be a lot of fun because, oh, thank goodness, emeralds. Oh, and bamboo, I want that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And no emeralds in this one, unfortunately. But we do have condensed blood, which is going to help us out a bit. We'll take these two. Can we do the antler? Yeah, we can do the antler helmet. That thing is actually really, really good. I think there was some antlers in that roguelike, but I didn't get them, so which is fine. But in order to find, oh yeah, I don't take fall damage. What am I thinking? In order to actually get to the dimension, we are going to have to find one of those NPCs, and it is going to mean that we're going to be leaving our home a lot. To have to go out into the world to find even things like normal wood and stuff, because living in a different dimension from the overworld, of course, we're not going to have immediate access to some of those things. Let me see real quick. There is, I think, yeah, right here, questline 4, Blue Skies. Yeah, we need to find the Hermit. Oh, 8 emeralds for the Zeal Lighter. And then we'll have to get the portal. Now the only downside is that he may not have the portal that we're actually after. We're after the lunar brick portal, and if we end up with a hermit, oh, okay. It's like I don't know what just hit me, but it hurt pretty good. But if we end up with a NPC that has the turquoise portal and not the lunar portal, then we're going to have to look for more of them. They tend to not be like super common, but they can spawn. See, I don't know about with the biomes you'll go, how that's going to impact it, but normally they would spawn in like just plains and stuff like that. Plains and I think snowy biomes have them, and maybe savannas. But yeah, it means we might be exploring the world a little bit longer than I intended. Because I was thinking, originally I was like, well, we could set up in this place. But, oh, actually going back down there, I didn't think about that plains being right there. Well, we do have a little dirt hovel here. I'm going to step inside. Is this one of the ones... No, this one doesn't have anything below it. Yeah, okay, we're going to turn back around. We're going to go back the way whence we came. I am still, like I said, I am still going to have to get some emeralds, though. And this will be a little bit more of an involved start to get things up and rolling, but... And actually, something I want to do real quick, because when it turns night on us, I got a couple things that I would like to do, and I'm going to go ahead and just get some sand for something that I have in mind. Just something kind of planning for the future a little bit that I think will be good for us to go ahead and get that up and going. Now, I don't know how difficult with the blue skies dimensions being, you know, different dimensions. I don't know how difficult they're going to be, like as far as the mobs. So we might be shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. We'll see. And I'm keeping my eyes out for emeralds. But that's where we were just a minute ago. And on the plus side, going that way, we did find the emeralds. So maybe it was kind of meant to be honest. But I think if ever there was a pack where proper setup would be very, very important, I do think this pack is one of those. And the reason being is when it comes to magic, you know, we're going to be building a lot of big, like, multi-blocks and different structures, and we're going to have portals and all these things that actually are a really big pain to move. And so I feel like doing this proper and getting a nice setup, like a place that we're happy with from the get-go, is going to it's going to pay off a lot for us. Okay, so in here, while we're waiting for day to come back around, let me go ahead and get some glass smelting up. And if we can get a full stack smelted, then we'll go for that. And then what I would like to craft is blood extractor. Do we have dark gems though? I don't think that we do. So I'm going to have to head underground. But once we... Oh, perfect. This is what I was looking for. We got villagers. I'm going to take this brewing stand. I actually have one. And what would be the... Be a composter, right? To give this villager a good job. Let's go ahead and make a... I think it's composter for farmers, if I recall. Actually, it may have to go right here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so he trades an emerald for potatoes or an emerald for tomatoes. And let me see. We've got... In here we got frozen cores, golden apples... we did get a ring. Attracts items within 8 blocks radius. This can be disabled by holding shift. We'll take it. Might use it at this point, but I'm usually not a big fan of magnet rings. Okay, now, let me see. How many bones? We got a lot of bones. So we could actually make this happen real quick, just using a bunch of bone meal. And we'll just go ahead... and make ourselves a bunch of potatoes, and then we'll do the same thing for tomatoes, because if we need 8 emeralds, I've only got, I think, 4, so I do need to get some emeralds before we find one of those merchants anyways, because without the zeal lighter, it's really not going to do us much good to have a portal, because we're not going to be able to activate it. There's 2 of our emeralds. And then he still seems pretty content taking potatoes, it looks like, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep loading him up on potatoes. So there we go. Now we have the emeralds that we need. That kind of worked out pretty well for us. And then I just need the dark gem, or a few dark gems, because I would like to not necessarily start blood magic today, but going ahead and just getting a blood extractor and giving it a higher capacity, it's going to help us out a lot. Because that way we can just passively, at our leisure, start farming up blood to use. And right down here actually should be a pretty good... Potentially a pretty good place for us to come across some dark gems. So I really don't... I'm not terribly excited about caving on here, but hopefully we can just... we can quickly spot some dark gems and get back into the safety of not being in a cave. I mean, down there probably, but that's just a huge, like, greedy death trap, I feel like. Oh, there's diamonds. But yeah, I'm thinking using, like, plants and stuff from the Abyss and from the Blue Skies mod itself. There we go. Alright, first stage, and we got 19 dark gems. That's sufficient. We're going to go back up. I hate seeing those diamonds and just being like, nope, can't do it. But, you know what? We haven't died yet, and I really don't want to die right now. Plus, we're pretty far out, and until we get a spawn point set, and maybe a waystone set up at 0-0, and then a waystone set up at our base, and some stuff like that, I really don't want to chance it. Looks like it's daytime. Mobs are, the bees are out, so. And before we set out, let's go ahead. Let me get a little bit of this. And for the blood extractor, I'm sure there's going to be a quest for this later, but I don't know if it'll be the first quest for blood, for Evilcraft, or if it's going to be after maybe the book or something like that. Okay, oh, okay, it must be the first quest then. But we're going to go ahead and just combine all these together, and we're going to get, instead of a blood extractor with 5,000 millibuckets, we're going to have one with 50,000. And we are going to basically be passively kind of getting blood every time we kill something. And that way, we don't have to grind that down the road. And there we go. Oh, having this sword that just like one-shots things is great. And you could say, well, actually, we didn't get blood from that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, too. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that, because we should get blood, but maybe because something to do with that weapon or something like that, I don't know for sure. But we should have the emeralds that we're going to need. The wood, I really don't have a space for it. Oh, I want this, though. And we've got Loran flowers. Actually, this is something that if we don't do it right now, it's going to be very grindy to do this down the road. If we break these, we get these, what are they called? Lorans. And these are going to be used, we're going to need a bunch of them down the road for making our portal to the Abyss. And so we might as well go ahead and get those. Oh, man. That's from Worm's Roost right there. And I don't think we really want to mess with those. Yeah, we're gonna go on. There's plenty of Lorans around here. But oh wow, there's a giant mushroom. Ha! It's kind of wait, is that another giant mushroom? Really? Oh, this is amazing. Let me finish grabbing these Lorans. And we have another Evilcraft Acclimator over there, which we will be most likely getting into very, very soon. I would like to get into Evilcraft pretty early, because I think that's going to be our... I don't know how much it's going to be gated, but I wouldn't mind, you know, getting my hands on a broom, and... because that would just be great. What is this place? Because it looks heavenly. Seems, over the garden wall. What is this from? Oh god, mushroom men with crossbows. Okay, I'm running. I'm running. Hey, there's one of the buildings I'm looking for, though. A saucer full of secrets. We're going to come back to that, though. But they seem to be very, very hostile towards me. But that's the guy that I'm actually looking for at the moment. Oh my god, did they ever stop? Okay, yeah. I think if I go far enough out to the point that it's like impossible for them to follow anymore. Let me toss this. This, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. All these things. I actually think we have about enough Lorans, to be honest. I was thinking it was like 40-ish, if I recall correctly, but might be more or less. Okay, so the guy that we are looking for, this is one of his buildings. I think there's like a couple different variants of it. But, there he is. Come here, guy. Hey, hey. He's got the Zeal lighter. That's what I want. It's right here. We're going to take that. And then while we're at it, we might as well go ahead and grab the book as well. I think we need it for the quest anyways. So there is that. And that way we can actually open up our portals. And then, let's see if we get lucky in here. I don't think any of this really has anything. We have... Where's his portal at? Ah, it's over here in the storage room. And yeah, we did get the lunar stone one. That's perfect. I'm going to take this high because I can. And then we are going to take this. 12. Okay, well they want 14 for the quest, so we may not be able to finish the quest immediately, but I'm not really that worried about that. Let me get some more Lorans here. Yeah, and actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to sleep in his bed, and we're going to set up... this is honestly, for our hub, this is as good a place as any. So we'll just kind of use his house as our hub area. And then we'll go into the blue skies, the lunar dimension, or whatever it's called. The Everbright, I think. Something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, we'll do that. And then once we feel like we're a little bit stronger, we can tackle those, I think. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set our respawn to here. Let me go ahead and put a waypoint here, and we're going to call this hub for now, at least until we get a waystone in place. And then I'm going to dump off some of this, like, just really miscellaneous junk. Yeah, so we're just going to put our portal in. We're going to go right in here. Alright, yeah, sun's going down. Let's go ahead and step on in. And we are going to head into the blue skies, the Forever Dawn, the Everbright, I think it's called. The Everbright dimension. And really quickly, just to be on the safe side, we're going to pop up here. So this dimension, time doesn't really pass in this dimension, so it's pretty much always going to be here. Of course, that does mean I don't think it will be suitable for Astral Sorcery, but it might. I'm not for sure, but I don't think so. So until we get the ability to kind of just have starlight all the time, I don't know that we're going to be able to live here. But you can see some crystal structures. I'm kind of thinking of using those with lights. You can see here the lily pads. Looks like some kind of a little village over there. And underground has some beautiful caves. Some really kind of dark, glittery kind of caves, in a manner of speaking. And this right up here would be the poison swamp that I'm talking about. I believe so. I think that's actually, yeah, I can see... No, that's a sunset maple forest. It would be, I think, this one, the Moonlit Reservoir. So what we're going to do, I guess, is just kind of get our feet here. We do have some pyro. We're going to go ahead and take that. I'm not going to go really into this mine or this cave. We can get these without shears. That's great. Let's go ahead. We're going to mark this as home, which we will end up moving a portal over and using that portal to kind of line up where our hub is actually going to be once we find a place to call home here. Oh man, really? Like you right out the gate? Alright, come here. Am I enticing? I'm not gonna be able to reach him. Oh, I don't think pillaring up is going to work on these guys, like, at all. Let's just hoof it. I think I hear him chasing me. Yep. There we go. Seems this weapon doesn't... Yeah, that is one thing to note. Blue Skies, it does... if you have weapons from another mod, it's kind of similar to Between Lands in that way. If you have weapons from another mod or vanilla or anything like that that aren't dimensional weapons, they are going to deal reduced damage. So it is important that we get some gear for here pretty quick. So we will actually turn our attention to that in just a moment. There's another one over there, but we're actually leaving this this biome, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's actually pull up blue skies. I don't know. I'm doubtful that the weapons and stuff are going to be changed, but I think we can make, with the pyro, we can make a sword, which I think will be pretty decent to get us started with. But let me go ahead and just grab a bit of that. Advancement made, a new dawn. Okay, so over in here, let's take a look what we've got. And I know we're kind of starting out in kind of a weird way. We haven't really started mod. We're just starting out like exploring new dimensions. But I think this is the route that's going to work out best for us, so that we can actually set up in kind of a long-term place and not have to worry about moving. Oh wow, look at that. That goes up so high. That would be a really cool place, actually. And this is kind of the poisonous swamp area that I was talking about. If we take a look here, oh yeah, I think, because I kind of like access to the mountains, and I would like just kind of having this nearby. And kind of be based inside of this, the poison swamp. I mean, building up on that big cliffside would be quite nice. Oh no. No, this is what's going to be kind of dangerous here. But luckily our really good sword does really good damage, considering it's nerfed in this dimension, so. Let's go off over here. Actually, I see something that... Bane of my existence! And that's something... these swamps are actually really, really dangerous, so... do be mindful of that. This will be a bit more of a dangerous place to set up in than the Overworld, but I think it'll pay off. Oh, actually, right here, you can see a quick glimpse here of... kind of what to expect with the mines, or the caves. They have a really cool cave system. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in there because I'm scared of monsters, but we have the moonstone here. There we go. We got light up the world. Okay, now as far as a place to set up at, I'm actually really liking up in here, maybe. I mean, we don't have to be necessarily in the poison swamp. We can be kind of up somewhere like this. Though, let's actually look up here. I want to see how big this mountaintop is. Oh, Quaid the Tasty. He has enkindling. Wonderful. That's not not quite what I'm looking for. But I do like seeing the Champions mod. It's a really good mod. It does seem like it has default settings as far as the drops go. Oh, I see you up here. Just going to run past him a little bit. It does seem like it has the default settings for the drops, so it just drops the enchanted books. But that does mean that if we do a bit of exploration, enchanting could be extremely good. Wow! Okay, okay. I was originally planning on setting up maybe more down in the poison swamp, but the generation here just turned out so good that I feel like I just have to I feel like I have to set up here, you know, because we have these really nice spires. We could probably do something with that, and then maybe up there, and we do have a nice little set of monitors, Cosmic Fox. And we have that in the distance, which is kind of cool, right? I might even bump up my my render distance just so that we can see that a bit better. Yeah, we're gonna have to live here, I think. What's this back in here? Oh man. Okay, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to turn off clouds. Yeah, but I feel like this is going to be the flattest spot right in here. So this would probably be the best place to kind of start in, and then we can go from there. And I want to do at least some underground stuff on here. Just because I love the caves. But I think since we have the ability to just go ahead and shoot straight for a different dimension, like right out the gate, I think that's what I want to do, is kind of build in a different dimension instead of just the overworld, you know, and kind of do something a little bit different in terms of that. Wow. I'm sorry. I need to be starting set up, but I'm just... We ended up with... I've seen some beautiful world gen in the Blue Skies dimensions, but this one is some of my favorite that I've seen thus far. It may, honestly, you know, it may have to do with the large biomes, because this is a rather large unorthodox valley. So it may have to do with the realistic and the large biomes kind of coming together as well. I didn't know Blue Skies was would work with it, but I feel like these biomes are abnormally big. We have a great shaded woodlands down here. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be our home. This is going to be our house. And it kind of works out having the bunny slippers, because I don't have to worry about like slipping and falling off the mountain, because I'm immune. I'm immune to it. But yeah, let's set up. And yeah, this is going to keep growing fruit too, so there is that also. Those are actually really good meals at present, like at this stage of the pack. Let's see, can I set my spawn within this dimension? I'm not for sure. Yeah, respawn point set. Well, that's going to be great then. Let me get out chests. I'm going to start dumping off things. And I'm also going to, since mobs can spawn here. Oh, and little cosmic fox. So cute. So cute. And you notice they don't run away from us like normal foxes. Like, they're actually kind of more curious about us than anything. Alright, let's just... I'm going to build this beautiful starting home. Basically just a place to keep us safe. It's going to be literally a box. So I hope you guys love it. But I do have some plans as to expanding out our build and kind of what we're going to go with. Get in here. Get in here. I want you to be safe too. Come on. Come on, little fox. Well, you're going to have to pick a side, and I'm really hoping you pick this side. So get on in there. There we go. Aha. Actually, I think I have a name tag. Yeah, I do have a name tag. We might keep this cosmic fox. We're actually going to... I don't think I have the iron to do it. And that is another thing. We are mining here. Of course, we're not going to be mining normal overworld stuff, so we are going to have to set up a mine and do mining in the overworld a lot, because we're not going to be able to get our normal resources here until we get into some automatic resource generation. So, go ahead and bring these walls up just a little bit more just to make sure that we're safe, because that mountain was dangerously close there. So, we have a home now. We have a place to call home. I didn't think it would happen this episode, because we've been running around for a little bit here. But until I get the iron, this fox might despawn, but we will get some as pets, I promise. Because they are one of the best things about this dimension, to be sure. I love them so much. And you can see we do have 537 blood now. So we did get some from killing the mobs here. Oh, and by the way, this book, this is kind of the... if you click that, I should have clicked it before. But it's going to add these little tabs here. This is for the arcs, which we'll get into those. And then this is... related to the Everbright and the Everdawn. That's the name of it, the Everdawn that we're in. So, and it just has information, you know, if you're curious about anything that's in this dimension. Each dimension, unless they've added more, I think each dimension has like 2 bosses. The Alchemist is going to be the one of the ones here, and then the... isn't this the one with the big spider thing? I believe, yeah, it has a big spider boss as well. I'm not going to tackle those yet, but down the road we will. Not just yet, though. And also, for our portal, instead of running back and getting our lunar stone, what we're going to do is just mine a bit more. I don't think I want my mine up here, though. Let me go down just a little bit, and we'll dig into the side. We'll get a bit more of the lunar cobblestone and smelt that up, and then use that to make a new portal, I think. Honestly, I kind of like this. And kind of do... Yeah, I don't take fall damage. I need to bear that in mind. Maybe just come in somewhere like in here. And it really won't serve as so much a mine as it will kind of an entrance to the lower sections, is what I have in mind. Because we will be mining here, of course, for various things. But bear in mind that we're not really going to be pulling up iron and stuff from this. The stuff that we're using a lot of, you know. So I feel like with the ring, the cursed ring that we've got, plus the mobs having like a certain level of immunity to weapons and stuff from outside of this dimension, getting ourselves a weapon for this dimension pretty quickly will be quite nice. We could make a spear. I think moonstone can be used to make a spear, but to actually get a sword, I think we're going to need more of like the pyro. I think moonstone shards are, yeah, just spears, which are the kind of throwing weapons. Module has settled. We got the flimsy handle settled on our pick. And if we got enough, I mean, getting a pyro set of armor would be pretty good. By the way, if you do get turquoise instead of the lunar bricks, that's going to take you to a different dimension. That takes you to the what, Everbright? I can never remember the names of them. Yeah, the Everbright. You have the Everbright and the Everdawn. The Everbright is where this dimension's kind of all like poison and purplish. The Everbright is more bluish, and it's all kind of like snow-based for the most part. So there's a lot of like snowy biomes and snowy type mobs. I guess actually probably smooth this out for just a little bit. More modules. I think our pick is like pretty well all settled at this point. I think I'm going down a bit too far. I want to smooth this out for a little bit. But if you do get the turquoise, then you will be able to go to a different dimension. We'll have to find another one of those guys. And hopefully he'll have the turquoise portal. I don't believe that there is a way... I don't think there's intended to be a way beyond that guy. And if there is, I don't think it's been implemented yet to get the portal. So you do have to kind of search those buildings out to enter into blue skies. But as you can see, it's a really, really beautiful... It has some really beautiful dimensions. Ah, there's some more pyro. Okay, I was really just wanting to get a sword most of all. But if we get enough for armor, that would be alright too, because we do have that kind of like innate fortune effect. So I'm really enjoying the fact that we've got this ring, because we've made it to a place that we're going to live in, and we haven't died yet. And generally, finding a place to call home is one of the scariest and toughest parts, because of course, if you die, you don't really have a respawn to return home to. And we got a honing available. Perfect. And we've reached the point of some lunar dirt down here. So, there we go. And we reached a cavernous section. So, a little bit scary, to be honest. But I do see quite a bit of pyro, so I'm going to grab this. Did they ever add... Let me check. Did they ever add moonstone blocks? They added moonstone. Then okay, yeah, and we can use that to make moonstone blocks. Perfect. So we're actually going to want a lot of this because the colors... Oh, it broke on me. I can mine it with this. Not a big deal. But the colors of the moonstone actually are going to line up nicely with the colors that I want for the build as well. So we're going to go ahead and mob-proof out this cave. And some more pyro up here. And we have some umber available. So we've actually got quite a bit of pyro at this point. So I can make a few pieces of armor, and I can definitely make like a sword now as well. Let's go ahead and pop back up, because I know we are getting close to the wrapping up point, and I do want to at least set up our new portal and kind of see where that goes. And I'll spend a little bit of time between episodes kind of setting up. I've kind of got some ideas as far as color scheme setting up in this dimension, but I do need to revisit that, because I'm thinking, oh, I don't think I'm going to get up here. Okay, no. I need to get some roadways around down to this area. But I am thinking, of course, we're going to have buildings, so I kind of want like a light textured block, and maybe use the lunar stone for the roof, so we have kind of that dark roof, and then the lighter the lighter colors for the wall there. And then I'm thinking we'll also have kind of more like garden-y type areas, so that way we can kind of build with that like undergarden Ori style, where we have a lot of these like neon plants that we have access to within this pack, and a lot of neon colors. And then we'll have maybe some cavernous sections for you know, the blood magic and occultism and stuff like that, that's kind of darker magics. And I think that would be kind of fun to do. And I think this dimension feels like really magic-y, right? But let's go ahead, we'll turn some of this lunar stone into lunar stone bricks. As far as where we are going to set up kind of our hub entrance, let's see, I'm kind of thinking right up here, because I mean, we'll have some waystones too. But yeah, I think we can make this work. So we'll raise it a couple times just so we can make adjustments as needed for floor and things like that. But we'll build it out right here. And it's probably far enough it'll connect to a different portal, hopefully. And there we go. And so then we should be able to step into the overworld. It wouldn't actually hurt my feelings if we spawned kind of in a mine underground. We didn't. But I'm going to step back through because it's night. Overworld probably a little bit more dangerous than this dimension, but well, for most things. But getting to this dimension, of course, took a little bit more effort. So, all right. And one other thing before we end out the episode, let's just go ahead and make ourselves a few pieces of new gear and stuff. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves a Pyro Sword. This is going to be, actually, can I by chance? Nah. See, our Tetra stuff's going to be kind of useless within this dimension. I mean, the pick will be fine. But we will need a sword that's kind of non-related to this dimension. Now, if I recall, if we have, for example, a Pyro Sword, it will work in the other dimension, in the Ever Bright, if I recall correctly. But we'll actually be able to get some pretty good armor out of here as well. But let's also go ahead, because we did get this to have a honing available. So what we're going to do is just take our iron pick, and we're going to buff up. Honestly, I feel like durability would be good. So we'll go ahead and just hit craft, and that way we have a bit more durability on this pickaxe. So it is unfortunate that the stuff from this dimension is not implemented, but that's okay, because I know this pack probably is still a little bit work in progress. I know that the collection tab is work in progress, so come here, you. Actually, I should probably use my... Oh, God! Ah, died! These guys are going to be excessively dangerous because they do have that fire shot, and yeah. Okay, so I died twice. But I got to the dimension just fine. It's just after reaching the dimension we died a bit. But especially with the fact that fire never goes away, that doesn't help things, of course. But that's fine. And we do need to eat, you know, kind of a variety of foods and stuff, of course. But anyways, we're going to have to watch out for those bugs, at least till we get a good bow up and going. And then they won't be too bad, because they're not bad if you can fight them at range. So, but yeah, so we are going to end out this episode here, and then come next episode, I mean, I will do a little bit of maybe organizing and just a little bit of setup stuff. between episodes, but then come next episode we will be able to get started on actually delving into mods and doing stuff like that. So now that we have a proper place to live. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.